Hello, just give me one moment, please.
I'm logging.
Well, it's fine, I can do it. Hello, hello. Alright, I'm actually going to be trying a new headset. I still have my old headset. I'm just going to be seeing how the audio quality sounds like on this new one. So, if excuse the silence for a moment. Hello?
Hello.
Alright, hello, hello, hello. Hello? No. Alright, so new pair didn't sound too good, so I'm gonna be sticking to the old pair. Well, at least for now. But if you're looking at the stream, well, welcome. This is going to be the final episode. Well, technically the final episode is already done. It's already up there. This is going to be the final stream I do for this game. So this is the last bonus stream. Um, this stream will mostly focus on showing off all the collectibles I found, discussing the story threads that were found in them, and discussing with dear Nerevar here her thoughts on the game and what we think the next game could lead into for stories and all that kind of thing. We already know a good chunk due to the trailers and, common sense that we can, like, pick up from there. Um, so I'm gonna
Also,
be.
the videos that people
I
have
haven't actually.
taken piece by
I
piece.
haven't actually watched any of those videos. This is. Yeah, I haven't really watched anyone doing any discussion videos. Well, I know they're out there. I just haven't watched any.
I see them on Facebook.
You do, but not
Yes,
me.
because I follow like certain like Star Wars fans.
But this is the complete terrarium for those who didn't see it on the last episode. The feather fern, the kelpie, the dreamwort, the royal fuzz, the gillypod, the milkgrass, mushbloom, the bonshear. The bonshear is probably my favorite one. The bleeding gut, and the mushling. How he'll win the prize money for this, I will never know. Showing off all the pieces I found for the lightsaber.
Looks like you have new guests.
Ah, Smokey, hello.
Smokey is one of many kitty cats.
So for emitters, there's the Joro Tapal, your master. The Mygeeton and Umbaran campaign emitters that you get for pre-ordering the game. Or DLC, whatever. Peace and Justice, Valor and Wisdom, Power and Control, Passion and Strength. I think this one looks dumb. Passion and Strength. It looks too simple. Elemental Nature looks pretty nice because the
That looks a little more elegant.
engravings. Duty and Resolve. Yeah, Eno Cordova. So Seer's Master. I like it. It's very much old school sword vibes I get from it. Magus. It's it's the same style of lightsaber that Malicos had on Dathomir. Se Seer's lightsaber, protection and defense, 1 and 2. The Switch designs. I won't name all of them, but some were nice. Cordova's lightsaber is really crazy once you see it all dolled up. The sleeves. Elemental Nature and Eno Cordova's is probably the nicest looking designs. That and maybe protection and defense. And then the materials. Alloy metal, my Geaton campaign with the Umbaran campaign. Rhodium, ooh. Matte black, electrum plated, copper, Durasteel, I like Durasteel. Polished bronzium.
Ooh.
Dolovite. It's not for me.
Even though your favorite color.
It's one of my favorite colors. It's not the aesthetic I'm going for. Donium, chromium, ooh. Duralium.
I like the Duralium.
Osmirdedium. Durite.
Ooh, Durite looks nice.
Caracote. Orichalk. I don't know how to say that. Sylvian iron.
This is rose gold.
Duraplast, so it's plastic.
Really?
Duraplast is so there's Durasteel, because these are actual metals in the game. Durasteel and Duraplast, they're materials used for Duraplast, I think this is the stuff they use for the stormtroopers. That's what their stuff is made out of. Hassian smelt, corrodium.
Ooh.
I don't like pink.
That's a lavender, not pink.
Oh no, corundium. Excuse me, corrodium. Arcitron, Lamian steel. I like this one. Bronzium and neuronium. Oh, and you can choose to have Seer switch be on the end bit if you choose to or not. Oh, I almost forgot to show off the colors. So this technically won't be showing off all the colors because to show off the last bit I would have to start a new game. So obviously you've just seen blue. This is green. Purple. I've noticed the colors also have a different hum to them if you listen a little closely. Orange.
Biscuits.
Oh, that one sounds heavy as shit.
Getting biscuits from Smokey.
Yellow.
Ooh.
Ooh, yellow sounds crazy.
I think he likes the yellow.
Oh god, the controller's doing it again. Cyan. Ooh. Sorry about that, the controller was messing up for a bit. Magenta. I don't like magenta.
It looks like rose, like if a Steven Universe character would have it, it looked like something Rose Quartz would have.
No.
Yeah.
Please, no, don't mention that here.
What?
And indigo. And if you were to do the new Journey campaign, you can get red and the Inquisitor outfit that you got at the that one part of the game where you saw the visions. Now the ponchos. Brocca Scrapper. Starfall. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna show them off all outside then, because we're done being in the ship now. Kind of wish you could pull up the hoods on these, because these are hoods that we have on. So there's Brocca Scrapper that we're showing you right here. Starfighter, which I wore for a little bit. Commando. Offshore. It's alright. Bogano Dawn. It's a little too simple for my tastes. Free Kashyyyk. With that image of the what's it called?
On that one tree.
No, it's not that. It's the My Call. See? No, look.
Ooh.
The My Call on the back. The Shio. So this outfit also has the Shio bird insignia on. I unlocked this earlier today when I was unlocking everything. I'm trying to get a good look. Yeah, see? It's right there.
Where Beatty's little hand was at?
The Guardian. Yep. Yeah, Shio and the Guardian have it on. Hyper Shell. This one's... yeah, it's alright, I guess. Savannah. It's like a grayish black. It's alright. I used it for a while. Fjord looks really cool to me. The material and the color scheme just look nice to me. Rainforest, it's a little boring. Recon. Some galactic on there, I think. Sumi. It's just pink. Serap? Serape? Or something? It's okay. Vagabond is a little interesting. The design is... I don't know. I kinda like it, but I'm not sure. Rover. It's... again, this one's just okay.
I don't know why that one gives me like odd racing.
Outlander just straight up gives me like actual poncho vibes, like a... oh, like you're a Mexican cowboy sort of deal. I think it's more the shape of it, or rather than the design, because it has that tip right there. Bravo. Wayfair. This one also gives me cowboy vibes. Homestead. This one reminds me of like a galaxy for some reason. Hold on. And com Companero? Companero, okay. This one is also cowboy vibes. I like the color scheme of it. Black and yellow.
Sure, that's not. That looks more like a brown, grayish brown.
And then the outfits. So, Rigger Crew is what we have on currently. You start the game with this. Guardian, this one has more of a Jedi vibe to it. It reminds me a lot of Luke's outfit when he went to Cloud City. Because of the color scheme of it. Pathfinder. Yeah, it's alright. Pilot, X-Wing pilot vibes.
It complements his
And Outlaw, this is what I wore when I was exploring, because it's just dark. Then the BD skins. I don't even have to exit the menu for this one since they're all, he moves around and such. Original, BD1, Crimson, I really like Crimson. Tundra,
Tundra.
Vanguard, Vanguard looks really nice. This kind of looks like one of the pre-order skins for the next game too. Swoop. Swoop is nice.
That gave me like diner vibes, like old school diners where there used to be greasers.
Blue Leader, it's just his default skin, but instead of red, it's blue. Balm Grass? Eh.
Ooh.
Day of the Dinoga? He straight up just looks like Buzz Lightyear.
I was thinking Joker, but Buzz Lightyear's better.
Tibana. And I'm waiting for him to turn his head. It's alright. Sundari Dawn. Green and orange. I think there's black in there too. It's no, it's just green and orange. Zwag Wave, pink and black. Yavin Prime, that old red, rusty color. Myrmidon. Ooh, so it's just like a all rusted color. Bestian looks really nice.
That's another one that gives me diner vibes.
Sumi,
Ooh.
pink, pink and green. It's hard to see in this one, so I'm actually gonna show it out there. Cantonica is his all gold skin. If you can kind of see from there. Go inside the ship to show it off a bit, because you can kind of see it a little better. Yeah, see? All gold. Grungio? What is this?
Silver?
It doesn't look like it. Looks like a... it looks like a faded yellowish green. And Stygian Prime. The best skin. The black with the green, with the white and the red. And then the Mantis skins. The original skin. Gold Squadron. Crimson. Tundra. Vanguard. Starfighter, Charisma, Racer. Wow, these all only change one color apart from each other. Smuggler. I want to say this one's supposed to be like a Millennium Falcon type color, but it's hard to tell. Oculation, Greasy Money, Aphelion, Zodiac Drifter, Perfilian, Republic, Mercenary, and Bounty Hunter. Mercenary is supposed to be Jango Fett, and Bounty Hunter is obviously Boba Fett. Okay, now that I've shown all that off, so this is all the stuff you can find in the chests, everything I just showed off so far. I've already talked about all the types of enemies you can find. All the Empire guys, the fauna on some of the planets. Oh, yeah, Tyler Malicos. Oh, I don't think I ever read his. Once a formidable Jedi general, Malicos escaped the horrific purge of Order 66. A trained motivator and cunning tactician, he maintains a composed demeanor during combat, but will strike with ferocity and deliberate precision. Full of surprises, he utilizes his mastery of the Force with an extended assault or a precursor to his lightsaber attack, including a combination of dual blades. Okay. Now to actually talk about the story. Do you have anything to say about the story, babe? How did you like it?
Honestly, I actually like the story.
Did you want to wear the headset?
No, I'm good.
Well, how can they hear you?
They can hear me just fine.
Hmm.
You stop that.
What did you like about the story?
Character development.
For...
Fear.
Seer?
Yeah. For her to open up about what happened and how she took responsibility for it. That's good character development to me.
I liked her character, but I felt...
I mean, there's more to come in the next game from what the trailers look like.
She'll be more of a...
Jedi.
of a teacher role than she already has. I don't know. Part of me wanted her to be a little more involved in the story. Like, actually... How to put this? How she was involved in the end bit and the beginning of the game, where she's actively saved Cal, and then at the end when she joined Cal on his mission. I kinda wish she was there for maybe some of the battles. Maybe as like, oh, we're here to pick you up, or hey, we're here to get the Empire off your back, or some such nonsense like that. I mean, I liked Seer. I liked Mirren a lot too. And well, yeah, she was a person born into a culture that valued basically tearing people down by enslaving the Night Brothers and making them the top of the hierarchy, pretty much. And when Dooku and Grievous killed all the Night Sisters, she basically had to survive, like actually survive alone, with no one. And then eventually, well, I say no one. No Night Sister. She had the Night Brothers, but it's not the same. And then eventually Malicos filling her with hate by saying, Oh, the Jedi killed your sisters.
When was that?
The Sith. But if you even want to get more technical, it was technically the Separatists that killed her, because it was the battle droids and Grievous that actually did it. But, Grease, he had some development. His character came more in, the interactions you could have with him out here, where you learn about how, he valued his grandmother, and how pretty much he didn't really have anyone else, and he just did what he did just pretty much because, why not? But he actually grew to be a decent guy towards the end. And part of me actually wonders if that Flores competition will have any payoff in the next game. What did you think about Cal?
Cal?
No, let me rephrase that. I'll save him for the end. What do you think about BD1?
BD.
Because out of
He's
all...
an awesome little kid.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. He probably has, in this game, because C-3PO and R2-D2 have characters in the movies, but they didn't really have, that much in terms of, how do I put this? No, I'm not even gonna compare him to BD1, to R2-D2 and C-3PO, because yeah, they actually have character. And like R2-D2, you can't really understand BD1. But you know who was another character that you couldn't understand that I did not give a shit about?
Who?
What was the name of the soccer ball?
I know this one. I know right now, just because of how my day was, my brain is fried and I can't remember.
Where? Okay, hold on. I'm actually... Because the fact that I can't remember his name should tell you something. Wait, sit your head up. It's, the soccer ball droid. BB-8, oh yeah, BB-8, excuse me. He was so forgettable, I even forgot his name.
He's not forgettable.
I'm sorry that his only characteristic that I can remember is, oh, he's R2-D2 if he was a soccer ball. No, he wasn't. You know who else was a good little droid with spunk? R2-D2. You know what a BB-8 was? Just a clone of R2-D2 with... Oh. No, okay, yes, R2-D2 is pretty based, but no, BB-8 is not. Based, badass, it all means the same shit. But anyways, I didn't think I would like BD1 as much as I did, but he, in the end, became his own character. He was a very curious little droid that had his moments of, he was your anchor pretty much in this game. He kept you moving forward. And his character doesn't even come from just your interactions with you, just because of his connection with Master Cordova, because he was someone's droid before he was with Cal, so it's not like, oh, he didn't have any history to him, or he wasn't even like a certain way until he met you. No, he was his own character. No, it was encrypted. But that's all that. But now that we're done talking about the characters, oh, Cal, that's right. What did you think about Cal?
I like him.
What about him did you like?
forgot about and tried to relive those through memories, but was doing it in real life instead of just like sitting down and actually
What do you mean? Well, he was, yeah, he was forcing himself to remember the traumas of his past and coming to terms with his master's death. And yeah, he was a kid. He couldn't do anything about it, even if he wanted to. He feels like he has some, he feels like he has to carry some bit of the burden of his master's death. Because of him, his master is dead. He feels that way, but he understands now. Yeah, he was just a boy. He couldn't do anything, and he had those Oh God, the cat is kicking up a storm right now. It's because he had that stigma of being a Jedi that he expected more of himself. He was supposed to be this mystical warrior with otherworldly powers that he should have been able to help his master, but no, he was still just a boy. He couldn't have done anything.
Thought it was my fault because I made a horrible comment, but I realized it wasn't that. It was because of health issues.
I like Cal's story though, and I do wonder where they're gonna go. See, this is my big fear with a lot of sequels, is regression. It's why I didn't like Han Solo in the in episode 7. No, not Solo, because I liked Han Solo in Solo, believe it or not. It's just the everything else that was wrong with that movie. It was I didn't like him in episode 7 because by episode 6 he is a part of the rebellion, gonna be married to Princess Leia eventually. And you know, he had like an official title. He was a general in the rebellion.
That is true.
And in episode 7, not only did he run away from his wife and child, he went back to being like a bastard smuggler with Chewbacca and losing the Millennium Falcon. No. Well, he wasn't around his son for like various reasons, because they sent him off to go be trained with Luke. But with Leia, I couldn't tell you why they were separated. Just I don't know. They'll fucking think of some stupid shit to come up with that. Good. Okay, let me put it to you like this. Another way. Good. No. I'm not talking about that. No, even in episode 7, he comes to be like, oh yeah, I thought this was...
Yeah, I know, but then...
No. In episode 7, he says, oh yeah, I thought this was all bullshit and like fairy tales, but after I've come to know this guy, Luke is one of his best, it becomes one of his best friends. He comes to understand, and I wouldn't say necessarily respect it, but he knows it's like a thing to be like...
Like, he knows how it works.
He doesn't understand it, but he knows enough not to mess around with it like, you know, like a kid with a gun. You know, you don't like just give a kid a gun and expect things to go good. You have to you have to respect it to a certain degree.
And that's where I think what drove him
No, I don't. No, that for a fact I know is not what's in it. Okay. I know for a fact that's not what's in it. I don't. No. I don't. Much about those movies, but I know for a fact that it was for a stupid reason they were separated. But anyways, back on track. To just talk about this game in general. Good side content because this game and the books and everything related to the main media, which is the movies, specifically the trilogy, original trilogy, prequel trilogy, whatever. Good side content should enhance the original media you're watching rather than detract from it. That's why everyone loves the fucking Clone Wars show, because it enhances the prequels. It doesn't make them any less shit from a certain point of view, because the prequels are still pretty bad, but it makes the story at least somewhat better. Like, there's still bad storytelling decisions that can be made in most media. Like, honestly, you do know that that's why most of the new stuff is like for like the original trilogy and for the prequels, is because how can you fix the mess that is the sequel trilogy? Oh, Palpatine came back. Let's do some bullshit with clones. Oh, how do you explain fucking Luke almost murdering his fucking nephew when he managed to, like, time after time of meeting with his father when he knew he was his father, and be like, Dad, you're not fucking Darth Vader, you're Anakin Skywalker, please come back to the light. And then when he was about to murder him, when he thought all was lost, he was like, no, I'm not gonna be a fucking killer and do what you want me to do, Emperor. He is my father, and I'm not gonna become a Sith. I'm a Jedi, and I will not do this thing you want me to do. But no, the millisecond, like, that dark side I smell on you, boy, I'm gonna have to pull out my gun and shoot you in the head. No, I'm so sorry, but I cannot believe that for a second. There's also some other things I've been noticing them doing with trying to fix the sequels, like, oh, the Knights of Ren, who are they? Who's that fucking weird-looking Sith assassin, who's apparently Darth Vader's fucking best friend now, or some dumb shit. But back to this game in particular. Do I think it enhances the original media, which is the Clone Wars and original trilogy era? Do you think this is more of a Clone Wars game or a original trilogy game? Because this game takes place in the original trilogy, but it makes lots of callbacks to the Clone Wars. Yeah, I'm asking you.
I still think it's somewhere definitely not dirty. Things that sit down after.
Yeah.
How we found that super in the water.
Well, not that. I know this is an original trilogy game, but I'm saying, which do you think this reinforces more? Do you think it reinforces the original trilogy more, or the prequel trilogy?
I think somewhere in between, since they've shown the Clone Wars. Like, yes,
not even that. I mean, like, based on the themes and the settings, which do you think it feels like it connects more to? Not just because, oh, they show a stormtrooper or a clone trooper. Which do you think it feels like, oh, this enhances this more because I watched or read
that
this?
is the thing. Because Clone went to the dark side. That was yes, a more than the Clone ones.
know what you're trying to say, and it's... I don't completely agree, but I know what you mean. I think, if I had to say,
What
this...
I'm trying to say is basically telling you a little bit of
No, you don't understand what I mean by that. It's like, so, what I mean by that is, with the Clone Wars, you were seeing so much of, why the war was the way it was, with, oh, the Separatists feel like they're not being represented well enough by the Republic, and the issues with the Republic itself. And with the original trilogy, it's, oh, we're standing up to oppression, and what we're willing to do to stand up to that oppression. With the Clone Wars, we saw, with the Clone Wars bit, we saw, the clones were just regular people, and that they were, some were forced, others were more than willing to go along with the bloodshed of the Jedi. We saw the disillusionment of the Jedi from, well, the Crash Venerator, the flashbacks we saw. They felt they were elevated above most people, even though they themselves didn't think that, because they had the Force. They can do things and see things that most other people can't. And I'm actually going to go into that with, from that, I'm going to move into the Cordova's things. So I'm going to start reading the stuff. I've read most of these, and I'll just summarize some of it. So basically, I wondered why we were following Cordova on his journey, and why he eventually hid the holocron in there, in the temple. So we're following his journey because we learned that, oh, he has a holocron with a list of Jedi children. And I eventually like, oh, how does he know to hide the thing from... How does he know to hide the holocron in the temple so no one can get it? It's from these ones from Archive 6 called Visions. Premonition. My friend, upon entering the vault gave me a premonition just as it did on Zepho, for the Zepho. I saw the fall of the Jedi, the overwhelming power of the dark side spreading across the galaxy. We must act quickly. I need to inform the Council. According to the holocron, my friend, I flew with all haste to Coruscant and presented my finding to the Council. Despite my persistence, despite my research, they did not take my threat seriously. Only one person believed in me, my old confidant, Jocasta Nu. She entrusted with me a holocron from the Jedi archives, a secret copy of her list of young Jedi Force sensitives. So, when he eventually finished his journey and went into the building, the Zepho gave him a vision of the future of the Jedi being, well, falling, and the Empire rising from the dark side. And the Jedi were so up their own ass with thinking, oh no, this is all bullshit, we don't believe you. He was ignored. The Jedi felt that, oh, there is no way this can be possible, we don't feel it. Because the Jedi can literally see the future and feel evil intentions around them, and they saw and felt none of that. That they couldn't how do I put it? It's the phrase, looking to the future and not seeing the present, pretty much. They were so obsessed with looking to the future of the world around them that they didn't stop and look to think what was going on actually around them. They couldn't see the real tensions rising with people's dislike of the Jedi and themselves of overstepping with their power. Because we've come to learn in like stuff like the Clone Wars that, yeah, regular people didn't even start to like the Jedi because they were basically like they proclaim themselves as peacekeepers, but they're fucking military generals commanding armies to take down planets and take over local governments and stuff. And who are we normal people to stand up against to the freaking guy with the laser sword who can lift things up with his mind? Cordova's journey was very strange. I don't think I read his end. Okay, so his two last speeches are BD1. May this be the last you see of me. This may be the last you see of me. I can sense the doom of the Jedi Order is upon us. I must leave the holocron behind. If anything happens to me, I trust that another will come and find it. You agreed to guard this secret of the cost of your own memories. I will never forget the sacrifice. I believe in you, as I always have. If another Jedi comes to Bogano, you will be their guide. Thank you. Goodbye, my friend. Secrets of the Vault. And then I think this is the one we actually get from the beginning of the game. I want to say, my friend, my name is Jedi Master Eno Cordova. The Bogano Vault, constructed by the Zepho millennia ago, granted me a vision of the Jedi's doom. To preserve the Order, I've hidden a holocron detailing the names and locations of all known young Force sensitives deep within the vault. To access the holocron, you must seek out the tombs of the three great Zepho sages. BD1 will aid you on your journey. He will be your guide. So, part of me wants to understand why they chose to do the journey as they did, because the Zepho themselves didn't really seem to matter at all. They were just more like a set dressing more than anything. Because when I ended up reading all their information, they were like, oh yeah, they were basically proto-Jedi that served the life wind or whatever, and they were treated badly. That was pretty much what I learned. Oh, one sage was alright, one was pretty fucked up because he ended up killing and working slaves to death. And the other one was just full on the dark side that used his slaves as a way to gain power. His slaves and his followers to gain power, and that was the end of the Zepho. And the one sage, I think the good sage from this place in particular, no, he didn't have a tomb here. This is another one. Because there was a tomb on Zepho, and no, there was two tombs on Zepho and one on Dathomir. And they ended up going into the unknown regions. That was pretty much the story of the Zepho. They dealt with the Force, they did bad shit in the names of the Force, and then they became extinct. Of the story of the planets themselves, Braca, it was pretty much just, oh, we're gonna take ships and basically deconstruct them down so we can reuse their parts to build new ships for the Empire. Because, yeah, you saw in the beginning of the game they were taking Star Venerators and old CIS ships and tearing them down so they can basically reuse any parts or materials to line the new ships for the Empire. Bogano, the story here was pretty much just, learn about Eno Cordova and how he survived on the planet, and learn a little bit about the creature. I will actually read the creature entries, but did you really need to know that? Oh yeah, Eno Cordova got water from from these little tank things here that he had in his facility, or that the Zepho knew to come to this planet because of the radiation in the wind here to hide the planet from maps or some dumb shit like that. Like, did we really need to know this? There's interesting lore bits, and then there's just what feels like padding. I don't know. This game has like tries to do the Dark Souls thing where like, oh, you can tell the story just from the environment, but then it goes up and just tells you what the story is from you just instead of you just looking at it. It's like, oh, this shoe belonged to Glub Sleemo over here. Yeah, he fucking lost his shoe when fucking when Glub Shido over there pushed him when he tried to take his milk money. Most of it just felt very, very unnecessary. I'll read some of the creature stuff, like the bingo, the little lizard. Well, not the little. The lizard dragon things we see like sleeping around here. They're not really around now because I think they disappear once the I disappear. They move back farther behind the mist since the Empire got here, because they are here. The bingo were these dragons, amphibious drag. Oh, I'll just read it. Bingo Muriel. No, Binog Muriel. Excuse me. An ancient Zephoian depiction of the Binog. Cordova hypothesized the presence of the Binog was a key factor in choosing the Bogano for the vault due to its importance in Zepho art. The Binog is an enormous amphibious something creature found only on Bogano. They can live for thousands of years, only breeding once per lifetime. Due to their scarcity of offspring, very few bonogos are left in the galaxy. There's some stuff about boglings. I won't really say this shit. I'll talk, like, you really need to know that, oh, a bogling tried to protect its family and died. Another one died again. And then a bogling ended up killing some splocks. So, boglings are small creatures endemic to Bogano. Natural escape artists, they evolved to run on their toes. Ooh. This technique allows them to quickly change directions or jump while navigating Bogano's mix of rocky and marsh-like terrain. Their furry bodies compensate for the heat lost through their bare feet. Oh, and by the way, boglings are confirmed to be in the next game, Survivor 2. So look out for the boglings. Boglings' tunnels connect their nests and serve as a natural defense against predators. Able to dig 5 meters per day, boglings cohabitate in in heckles or large packs, spending approximately 1/3 of their span digging the intricate tunnel network. And then there's talking about some other shit, like, oh, Zepho, the weird animals that you can see in here, yada yada yada. Then there's talks of then on the planet Zepho, it talks about, oh, all the unethical shit that the Empire did to the people on Zepho. Oh, this Imperial officer was fucking wanting to steal artifacts to sell, and then she died. We end up meeting one of the people from Zepho on Kashyyyk, and we just meet her and nothing else becomes of it. We tell her, oh yeah, dude, sorry, but your husband's fucking dead. And it's like, yeah. I figured he was dead. I don't think I'm gonna be fighting for the rebellion anymore because I don't want to be a dead parent. So yeah, I'm leaving. I really want to be with my daughter again. That's as far as that story goes. And stories don't necessarily have to be very deep, but they do have to be compelling, or else why have them at all? You might as well just not have them there at all. Some stuff about the sages and the Venator wreck. We found out, oh yeah, for the Venator wreck, the story was, a Jedi Master and her Padawan, much like freaking, Cal and his Master, ended up crashing onto the planet, because of some Order 66 related shenanigans. Clones, ended up, killing his Master. But not right away. She got hit a couple times and then died. I don't know what ended up becoming of her apprentice because it just says in the final entry of it that he just ends up burying her and oh. Oh, I guess he died too. A Jedi Master died here, buried by her Padawan in a shallow grave. This Padawan succumbed to his wounds soon after. And then, I mean, when you put him in like this, it feels like they're telling a story, but if he dies, then it says a dead clone, but he wasn't killed in a crash. He appeared to be killed by a lightsaber. It's like, oh yeah, probably the Jedi or the Padawan, but if it's going in order, then the Padawan is already dead. Did he kill him before he died? Or did someone else kill him? It's weird to structure it like that is all. Kashyyyk, it tells you about the planet and how it's basically a fucking hellhole. The Imperial occupation, oh yeah, they were really fucking mean to Wookiees. And they did bad shit. Insurgents, it talks about Saw's brief stay on the planet and the Wookiee culture. It basically talks to you about Wookiees and, you know, what they are like on the planet. The flora and fauna, it basically also says, oh, Dathomir is a hellhole. The Night Brothers basically tells you that their culture is basically, we have to be strong or we will fucking die, and they are cruel, incredibly cruel to the weak. The Night Sisters, it basically says, oh yeah, we do magic shit, and this is all the magic shit we do. I thought they would elaborate on Terran Malicos more because he's not exactly because he's either dead or we're not gonna meet him after this. He's either dead or because I do not expect to see him at all in the next game. He's pretty much dead. I thought they would go more about like, oh, what was he like before the war? Because it just says, oh yeah, he crashed on the planet and he was really fucked up by it and he did horrible shit and ended up killing the Brother leader and became the new leader of the Night Brothers, and then we met him and then we fucking killed him. I thought they would elaborate more on Mirren's past, but I guess not. They talk a little bit about, Malicos and Mirren. Oh, how the fuck do you say his name? Her name? Marin, excuse me. And that was, I thought it could be a little deeper. The Haxian Brood. I actually didn't read any of this. Okay, so let's actually talk about the Haxian Brood. A shadowy crime syndicate that operates throughout the Outer Rim. Led by, the unscrupulous Sorak Tomo, they control a network of gambling, slaving, and devious enterprises, particularly droid smuggling. Dealing in droid parts, their bounty hunters and mercenaries are known to use such stolen wares for their personal cyber augmentations. Ordo Eris. Asteroid stronghold of the ruthless criminal syndicate, the Haxian Brood, located on the fringe of the Outer Rim. The shadowy starbase is chiseled into the remnant of a scattered planetoid decimated by ancient superweapons. A vile hive of lawless chaos, the fortress serves as the center of the Syndicate's power struggle, including smuggling, gambling, and its infamous Fight Club. So that's the Haxian Brood, and they're fucking gunning for us still. I'm pretty sure we're gonna meet some guys of them in the next game. Because, so one thing confirmed the next game is bounty hunting will be an activity. So I assume we're gonna be meeting up with some just bounty hunters connected to the Brood, or maybe even hunting some bounty hunters from the Brood ourselves. But I feel this is a plot thread that will continue on to the next games that was barely touched upon. Ilum, we found out, oh, Ilum is really weird. We learned about some of the stuff in the Jedi Temple on Ilum. We learned about the Gathering, and oh, how fucking youngling was very prideful, ended up arguing with her master and got lost in the end, and is maybe dead. We never really learned more about this young Jedi, but she's gone. And I'm actually just gonna show it right now. I'll go to Ilum really quick just to show off what I mean by this. So we learned from just using our eyes and also just going to the planet on a second trip that Ilum is confirmed to be Starkiller Base.
When this is all over, I think it'll be time to settle down, you know, fall in love, start a family.
Love? You?
Yeah, you think a guy like me doesn't know love?
I bet you're gonna tell me.
Let me tell you, it's the best, but a lot of work. It needs admiration, devotion, attraction, and respect.
Please. That's actually very insightful.
Yeah, well, it comes with experience. Can't look this good and not steal a few hearts.
I bet.
Alright, come on.
Sit down, kid, it's time to land.
Let's show Ilum off. Look at their Starkiller Base. It's really sucks that they end up turning Ilum into Starkiller Base, because yeah, it just shows that they perverted this planet into what was once a place for young Jedi to prove themselves that they are willing to be Jedi, to not only have the ability and the will to face the harsh trials ahead that shows what they could possibly face in the future, and just turn it into a weapon of destruction. It sucks, but oh well. What else? We learned from the Fortress Inquisitorius, oh yeah, they're really fucking evil here, and that they are really brutal with their training regimen for the Purge Troopers and the Inquisitors. It's basically all interesting stuff that I would rather have learned from the those Star Wars encyclopedia books where it's like a bunch of pictures that shows off, oh, what the actual guts of like a spaceship or a star or a lightsaber is, where it would actually, oh, this is the thing you would actually read to learn about all this stuff that you would want to like be informed about. You wouldn't like go to a video game and be like, oh yeah, here's the fucking the battle site of no, not battle. This is how fucking Glove Slimo's toilet works, and how he fucking only eats bran cereal every day with blue milk. We don't need to know that. That's dumb information. With characters... Oh yeah, is the nice sister really dead? Who knows? Because we technically didn't see her die. We just saw her get sliced in the back and then pushed off of the origin tree. Other characters that could come back? Excuse me. So this is the confirmed characters that I know are coming back. Obviously Cal, because we're playing as him. Seer, we know is coming back. Grease. BD1. Cordova is probably dead. The second sister is dead. Honestly, who knows? The ninth sister might come back, but I'm pretty sure she's dead too. Marin, we know is coming back. Malicos, I'm pretty sure is dead, because how the fuck is he gonna get off of Dathomir? We know our master is dead. And as for other characters, Prof, we know is dead. He got murked by the second sister. Saw, I'm actually pretty sure we might meet him in the next game. Because I looked at the trophy list and I saw a mention of his name. I want to say not from like a real, like, oh, this is like the actual name of the trophy. Like, I think it was like for a pun they made, because you know how fucking trophies and achievements like to make puns. So we might see Saw in the next game. Mari, she's the partisan that was with Saw, that was like the liaison of the Wookiees. I have no idea. Sorik Tormo, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him in the next game because he's the head honcho of the Haxian brood. Tarful and Choisek, I'm pretty sure we're never gonna see them again, because they're on Kashyyyk, and I'm fairly certain we won't go to Kashyyyk in the next game. Marina? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see her in the next game either, since she was just a NPC that just is related to Zepho. Just be like, oh yeah, this chick you met on Zepho made it, and she's part of the rebellion now. She didn't really have much of a character outside of that, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to see her again.
This whole journey has put a lot of wear and tear on the Mantis.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was perfect before?
It was a masterpiece, but now, just don't be surprised if I send you a bill.
Someone's low on funds.
I mean, sure, okay, that may be part of it, but I'm used to it. Were you rich growing up?
Wealth isn't really a priority for Jedi.
Yeah, well, I was poor too, but it wasn't so bad. My crew and I would find things to do for cheap. That's where I learned how to play Subhawk.
A game which requires credits. Strange choice.
Well, we were kids. We bet all kinds of dumb things, from food to funny-shaped rocks. Unfortunately, things changed when we got older. Funny-shaped rocks didn't go so far anymore.
The galaxy would be a better place if they did.
Get over here, kid. We're about to land.
Alright, so that's pretty much everything I really have to say. I'm just gonna... I know from also looking at the trophy list, there will be more stuff to collect, like, like we did for the terrarium. I don't know if we will be getting more seeds for a terrarium, but I know there will be more than just like, oh, a terrarium to get. There's going to be other stuff. What the things are, I'm not really going to say. Or even how much we're going to get, I don't know either, because I haven't seen the game. I don't think, I'm gonna be honest with you now, and it kind of makes me sad. I don't think Mort's coming back. Mort's probably only gonna be in this game, but I really wish he'd stay in the sequel. Um. Alright, that's pretty much gonna be it. I don't really have much else to say other than, theories about where the game could go. Actually, yeah, let me go through with that. So, the sequel game is said to take place 5 years after this one. So, older Cal, older everyone. And from what it looks like, we're gonna be meeting a High Republic Jedi that's gonna be one of, if not the main villain of this game, along with, from what I understand, a senator is an Imperial senator is also gonna be a big enemy too. But who knows, really? They haven't really showed off much of what the real premise of the game is, other than, you are building a community in some unknown part of space, and maybe doing rebel shit to take down the Empire? Actually, let me see if they have like an actual synopsis for the game. I'm gonna just look at this store page for it on Steam and see what they say. Because they usually have like a little blurb of what the game is about. No, it just says, oh, continue the story. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really say much of the story itself. It's just, oh yeah, the story takes place 5 years after the first game, and not much else. Oh, will Cal be able to survive the Empire and the last bits that they're trying to do of Order 66, blah 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 blah. Who knows? I haven't really looked into leaks or other things, so I'm not really gonna make any speculation there. The one planet I think they might go to is, well, actually 2 planets, because I feel ship customization is going to be a thing, so Corellia, because Corellia is a shipbuilding planet, so we might end up going there. It's a notable planet for being the home planet of Han Solo and a planet that we see in the Solo movie. And Malachor. Malachor being the famed planet where some High Republic era ship went down. And Old Republic, if you're like me, but who knows? I honestly have no idea. I really hope they do something interesting with the planet selection, but we'll just have to see. That's gonna be it for me, and this is the actual last video of this game I'm going to do. So I'm gonna uninstall it after this, and I'm going to end up playing the PS5 version of this game when I end up getting it for the streams. So just know that and look forward to it whenever I end up doing it. So thank you everyone for this rambling session I did for an hour, over an hour. Oh shit, that didn't really make sense, and honestly just kind of bullshit. I just wanted to talk for a little bit, for a while, about how I felt about the game, showing off some things I found. It's definitely a fun game, and I really hope they improve it. Alright everyone, my name is Hector, also known as King Kuma. I'd like to thank you all for coming to the stream. I'd like to thank Naravar and Moonstars as always for joining the stream, even though she's sleeping, snoring away. I don't know if I'll be doing the stream on Thursday or Friday, because sometimes they do the stupid midnight release thing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be doing it Friday, but I might do it on Thursday night, so who knows. Anyways, my name, as you already heard, has been said, so I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm just really tired right now, so I hope you all have a good day, good night, or whatever, wherever you are in the world, and I hope you all take care. Goodbye.